who is never afraid to stand up for an unpopular decision or unpopular view. I can recall few times when we were working under Ashwani that probably Oga wanted to take some decisions that he wasn't comfortable with. And when you work under somebody, sometimes getting your view across can be difficult and tough. Tough in the sense that it's not the fact that you cannot talk, but you want that view honored and respected. I can say our late borne here was able on few occasions in my presence to convince Oga either to jettison a particular course of action or to modify it for the good of Lagos and the good of the service. Not once or twice that experience that. He was very diligent, very hardworking, and simple, and very sometimes difficult to read him. And he was gentle but firm. I can recall of recent, he took a position, and I go, normally we were seated next to each other at the PAC meetings. He will always whisper to me, I think that's what I know. and see, I hate people who will feel one way and because of influence from colleagues and associates will refuse to act that way. And he was such a man that if all of you have taken a wrong decision, you are not going to carry me along with you. He was such a man. Let's give him a hand. It's a very uncommon position to take in this country. Most of us are push me, I go. Once they see the direction the majority wants to go, they will jettison their own position and just follow. Sonia Ajose was never like that. As a PAC member, he was loyal, committed to the ideals of GAC, and he worked for GAC to the end. The last assignment was the assignment given to them about Kilarigbo. We lost a council chairman, and a vice chairman was appointed, and there was political hula babi there, and we needed to resolve them. It was one of the people that the GAC sent there, and you can tell that he was frail, but because he was committed to the job assigned to him and also to the GAC, he served throughout in the course of discharging that responsibility. He never gave excuses that I won't be able to come because of sickness or what have you. So I think he passed away a week or thereabout after that assignment was completed. And even on the sick bed, he was still calling the chairman of that committee. When are we submitting the report? He was such a dedicated and he did one thing. You know, sometimes we underestimate civil servants. We politicians, we always think that when it comes to politics. But you see, Ebon is a very funny human being. You may not know that side of him. I will mention two instances. You see, we sit in GAC according to our seniority in the appointment into the committee. So I was initiated before him. So we have had about 3 or 4 meetings before he joined us. So I was already seated before a call came. So the next meeting, when I walked in, I saw a post on my own seat. I mentioned this to his wife when I went to visit her at home. And I now went to only position you we are going to miss him, no doubt about that. And in fact, when you walk to that meeting, any day, any time, you will always find him seated before him. When you say, this is very important to governance, and he said that, he said punctuality is the soul of business. Late, I just said, epitomized. I'm happy that we are celebrating today with this book launch. There was a school of thought that says it should have been done after the burial. And there's also another school of thought that says, why not during the burial? But today, the testimony to the fact that choosing this period as part of the activities for the burial makes a lot of ladies and gentlemen, in these few words, because I know there are other speakers, let me say his memory continue to be a blessing to the family, both political and non-political, and particularly his immediate family and the civil service and those of us who serve with him and the GAC. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Nikoro. Everybody has spoken so well of their deceased God. It's always hard to call somebody who is close to you in the past tense. Very, very difficult. Yet, nobody has told us of one thing, that the man was a workaholic. They would say he came early to the office, and to refer to when he closed. This was a man I knew that if he went to his office at 10:30 p.m., he was still there. Where's the guy there? Yes, the guy was one of those people who worked with Oga to the extent that the young lady almost did not have any other life other than being in Oga's office. Yet, Oga never left anybody who worked with him behind. He was conscientious. He thought of everybody around him. At this point, I'll have to exercise the privilege and honor of calling on our dear revered Mrs. Aditani Abeke. You know, it's hard to tell your God to do something. But you know, I'm in body and sorrow. What do you mean? You are getting a query. I think diamond. This is the hand together. About Oga, yes, ma'am, yes. Think about that.
Lady of Lagos State, Dr. Mrs. Ajose. But the truth for me is that really, if you put me through a test of the list of protocols, I will fail maths. It's been a while since I learned this service. So like 3 years ago. I'm not so quick, let me say I'm not so practiced to remember these things again. But allow me to mention some because when I'm opportune to be back at such occasions, for me, it's a homecoming. I feel kind of nostalgia and feel as only we civil servants can be. So when I'm back home, this is our primary constituency. So I want to recognize heads of service, those who have retired from the service, and if they don't mind, I would like them to be upstanding. Especially the upstanding, retired heads of service. Because they sent me here, I got a letter yesterday or the day before saying that I should give a tribute on behalf, for and on behalf of retired heads of service and secretaries to government. So that's why I'm here. They sent me here. It is not customary for an older person to come and I'm giving tribute to a younger person. But this is special. No, for me, it's special. And I have also to recognize the English lady on behalf of the family. Yes, she is English. We were here maybe several years ago, some will remember, when she got married to an English boy here in Lagos. That's you. Yes. 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 I recognize you. You are welcome home. Boy and his entire family were here for that occasion. father, his mom, and some other family members. Welcome home. Now, the greatest recognition will go to members of a great civil public service. Recognize yourself. We are back home. We are back home. We don't have too many of such occasions. And in this, let me call it, small though it is, hallowed ground, yes, we feel special. Clap for yourself. Dr. Akinsanya, from here, Ajose, OON. Sonny was one of the best and brightest of us. He was civil and public service of Lagos State in our generation. His entry into the state service as a Yankee, he was American. And when I say Yankee, you know what that means. But in a pleasant sense of a go-getter, I remember him very well, always in a hurry to get things done. As an administrative officer in 1979, that started a promising career that projected him to the pinnacle, first as permanent secretary and ultimately as head of service from 2004 to 2006. Standing in those high positions did not make him full of office and unrelatable. Sonny was humble in heart and very respectful of anybody, senior or junior. That was the stuff of which he was made. He was beautiful, yes, because some might think that I say he's not full of office and I say he's beautiful. It's not contrary. He was beautiful, diligent, focused on achieving the goals of the office. I believe that what stood him out most was that he was a team player par excellence. Always cool, calm, and collected. Solution-driven. He sought more to solve problems working with others than pitching tents and creating divisions. What is much more common nowadays. People want to make their mark by just finding trouble for trouble's sake, not contributing to the development of the positions they occupy or the organizations they belong to. He made a reputation of being ever ready and willing to render help to all and sundry within his powers. relatively short term HOS, Sonny wants to promote excellence in the service. Some of these have been said. Ensuring justice and fairness to the workforce. After statutory retirement, Sonny got some ad hoc appointments, including, as was said earlier, as a member of the 10th Government Council of Glasgow, where he distinguished himself by serving excellently as chairman of some key committees of that council. Thereafter, Sonny moved unobtrusively into a new phase of service as a party political player. Quietly and expertly learning the ropes. First, as an aide to a then state governor, now the president and commander-in-chief of the Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, no less. Dr. Ajose represented us, career public service, very well in the political life. He impacted his environment positively by employing the values of discipline, hard work, diligence, integrity, humility, accountability, and such, and the like. His family in politics was not in vain. He took his method. He was recognized and rewarded with higher responsibilities within the political hierarchy. He became the foremost political chieftain in his home base of Badagry Division, the deputy chairman of the party at the state level. I hope I'm correct. And was appointed as member of the prestigious Governance Advisory Council, DSC, the very apex and authority of the political party in Lagos State. Dr. Ajose's commitment as an astute politician of the All Progressive Congress, APC, bore fruit when he delivered Badagry Division to his party at the 2023 general election cycle. That deserves a round of applause because it was a feat which hitherto has been near impossible. On the home front, he was a dedicated family man. The husband of one wife. Is equally devoted and loving Yoruba and father of his adorable children and grandchildren. Though the family wants to celebrate now, they can be justifiably proud founder of the Niger OON. Dr. Sami Ajose served the state of excellence, most excellent. Well done, the good man, exemplary public officer, gentleman, and servant leader. The great public service of Lagos State. Salute your indelible legacy for the generations following. Adi, Dr. Akinsanya, Sami Ajose, OON.
Please keep your hands together for the highly cerebral visit. I think very after the entire MNI. She went through that process of learning.